Welcome. My name is Anne Grimes-Rand. I'm the president and CEO of the USS Constitution Museum in Boston, and we are so excited to be here for our Hail and Farewell event. We are here to offer a warm welcome to Commander Farrell and a fond farewell to Commander Benda. It has been a wonderful tour working with you, and we have exciting times coming ahead. So we are excited to be having this event here in Boston with all of you joining. I know on a January day in Boston, not so many people might come out for an event like this, but now we have participants from coast to coast and around the world. So we are ready for an exciting day. We're here in the museum galleries under the watchful eyes of Captain Isaac Hull. The Gilbert Stuart portrait is staring down at us, and it seems most fitting that we should be joined by other captains in the Constitution family for this moment. So, John, when I think of your tenure, I think of Isaac Hull, who served as a lieutenant aboard Constitution, at first returned as the commanding officer, and you had the opportunity to serve as executive officer of Constitution and then step right up into the role of command, which makes you the one with the longest tenure here in the modern history of Old Ironsides.
Wow, it's a great feeling. I've had a great 4 years here, assigned to Constitution. When I got the job as executive officer, I already thought I had the best job in the Navy. But then when I was allowed to fleet up to become the 76th CO in our 224-year history, it really was the honor of a lifetime. And I love working with my sailors and working with the Constitution Museum to tell the story of our ship and all 75 captains before me.
Well, we have lots of fun stories to share, and we're also excited to welcome Commander Farrell to the Constitution family. We know it will be a wonderful career for you, and this is a historic moment in our country. We have a female Vice President of the United States for the first time. There's a female commanding officer who just took the carrier USS Abraham Lincoln out to sea in the Pacific. Boston just elected our first female mayor, Michelle Wu. So you're coming to the city at an exciting time, and I am excited that Old Ironsides will have her first female commanding officer in 224 years. So we want to say a word of welcome to you.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here and for this opportunity.
Well, Commander Farrell, you can see you are joining a wonderful family of Constitution friends. They've joined us from coast to coast today to get to know you a little bit better and to be a part of this historic time. As I reflect here, I have been in the Navy Yard. I came to the Navy Yard in 1986, the first year that women were serving aboard Constitution. So the photo of Rosemary Willimowski is around the corner in the galleries here. I had the privilege of working with Lieutenant Commander Claire Bloom in 1997. We were both on board when the ship got underway and sailed for the first time in 116 years. So the opportunity to make lifetime memories, and I've been able to work with so many wonderful people, including the women now taking leadership at USS Constitution. So I'm privileged to be able to work with you and look forward to working with you. And I thank you for sitting down with me earlier this week and sharing a few insights.
Absolutely. Again, it's my pleasure to be here. This opportunity is just amazing, and I'm glad I can be here as a representative for all the women in the Navy serving ashore and afloat in command and leadership positions and to the deck plate level. It's just an amazing chance to highlight the great things going on out in the fleet.
Well, let's take a minute, and I'm going to share the conversation that BJ and I had earlier this week. Well, thank you for sitting down with me. We are all looking forward to getting to know you. So we want to learn a little bit about you and your background and how you came to Boston. So tell me about where you grew up.
Sure. So I grew up in Paducah, Kentucky. So it's a small town on the western side of the state, about as far west as you can go, kind of sandwiched between Nashville and St. Louis. I went to a small private Catholic high school there. My graduating class was 44 people. So that was a little different when you talk to a lot of people as far as class sizes and everything. And then from there, I went to the Naval Academy. So 6th grade, I told my parents I wanted to go to the Naval Academy, and that's what I did. Graduated from there in 2004, became a surface warfare officer. And I've been stationed on cruisers all on the East Coast for most of my sea time. And then my shore duties have been varied. I had a tour in Millington, Tennessee at the Personnel Command there. Went to the Naval Academy and taught again for a few years. And most recently, I finished up as the Deputy Ops at Commander Naval Surface Forces Atlantic.
Okay, so there are a couple questions because I'm not quite sure how growing up in Kentucky there, nowhere near the sea, you said to your parents, I'm going to the Naval Academy. What triggered that?
Sure. So I saw a graduation on TV when I was in the 6th grade, and immediately was drawn to the tradition and kind of just the look of everything there, and then started doing the research into what that actually meant. And saw, it was a great education, great school to go to, and then the opportunities after graduation and to serve in the Navy just immediately drew me in and spoke to me. I did grow up on a lake, so there was some water, and a little different than a coastal town, but not completely isolated from water, which was good.
Okay, so you got to the academy, and the idea of graduating and then coming back to teach at the academy, what did you teach? Tell me about that experience.
Sure, yeah. So I did that after my first few sea tours. So I actually promoted to lieutenant commander during that tour. So I taught seamanship and navigation. I taught that to 3 of the 4 classes that were there, and then surface warfare practicum. So once the midshipmen find out which community they're actually going to serve in after graduation, their second semester of their senior year, they have a course about getting them up to speed on kind of what the expectations are going to be, and kind of a 101 level intro course on getting to their communities. And so I taught that in the fall semester.
And have you gotten a 101 introduction on coming to Boston and being captain of Constitution and what you have to look forward to in this new command?
I have been. I'm still getting it right now, actually. So John's done a wonderful job getting me up to speed. And all of the former commanding officers. I've never received such a warm welcome into a community as I have for this tour. Second, it was kind of made public that I was coming here. It was just an immediate outreach from those individuals to wish me nothing but luck and to offer their help on anything that they could do to get me up to speed and give me that 101. Because again, John talked about it. There's only 76 other people that have done this job before, so it's not as easy as always calling a peer or someone to ask about the ship you're on. In this case, it's very specific, and it's a very small group of people who understand the ship and understand the job. And so it's really great to walk into somewhere where you've got that support system built in.
So what does it feel like to take command at this moment?
It's a little overwhelming, and it's very humbling. So again, when I found out, I was originally selected for command, and then my family and I started talking about kind of what was next. The way the Navy works, they kind of give you a list of choices and what's worked with, timing and your qualifications and everything else. And as soon as I saw that this was an option, I immediately jumped on it, just because who gets to be the commanding officer of USS Constitution? And so in that perspective, it was just something that I had to apply for, and was more beyond excited when I found out I was selected for it. So it's definitely an exciting time to be here. I'm very excited to be the first female commanding officer, but more importantly, I'm just excited to be the commanding officer.
So it's been wonderful to have the opportunity to talk with you and learn a little bit more about your experiences that have brought you to Old Ironsides. And we have a few greetings that some from the Constitution family would like to share with you.
Hello, Commander Farrell. This is Rosemary Willimowski, formerly YN2 Rosemary Lanham, and I served on board the USS Constitution way back in 1986 as the first and only female. My, how those wheels turn slow, but turn they did. I am honored to be able to congratulate you on your orders as the first female commanding officer of the USS Constitution. It's amazing. I'm thrilled. I wish you nothing but health and happiness and success in the future. Fair winds and following seas.
Yeah, it's so great because I wouldn't have this opportunity if there hadn't been women like that paving the way.
Hello, Commander Farrell. I'm retired Lieutenant Commander Claire Bloom, and it was my privilege and my honor to be the first woman to be the second in command of USS Constitution many years ago. I welcome you aboard America's ship of state. I know you're going to have the best tour you've ever had in your entire career aboard this amazing ship. And I wish you the very best of luck and a wonderful, wonderful experience with USS Constitution. Welcome.
Claire's an inspiration to male and female sailors on Constitution. When she came to visit the ship and she told us about the lead up to the 1997 sail, she had us all fired up to take in lines and don't do it again right there on the spot. So Claire inspired everybody, including the 2012 sail. Keeps us fired up as we're at sail training every day during the summer, and definitely the person to talk to about our sail and getting ready for 2025, which we hope to do.
Congratulations, Commander. As Governor of the Commonwealth, I was incredibly proud to hear that one of our own has made history as the first woman to be selected to command the USS Constitution. This is an incredible accomplishment. Thank you for your dedication and your service to our people and our great country. We here in Kentucky are proud of you, and we are wishing you well on this new adventure. And as a dad to a young daughter, thanks for paving the way so that she and women everywhere know that they can and will accomplish anything they set their mind to. Congratulations.
Thank you, Governor. It's an awesome message. I'm definitely a proud Kentuckian and finding my way through Boston. So happy to be here and doing that, but definitely proud to be a representative of Kentucky.
Well, we are proud to offer a warm welcome to a Kentucky native to Boston, because we'll count you as part of the Massachusetts family too after this tour. Great. That's for sure. Well, it's so exciting to be here with the two of you. There are only 75 others who have ever had the opportunity to be the commanding officer of USS Constitution. So I wanted to ask each of you what this moment means to you.
I'll go first. I've had a great time. I'm sad to leave, but I know that Constitution will always be a part of me and my family for the rest of my life. That part excites me, getting to see it from a different angle. I'm excited for BJ and all the great things that she has planned and wants to do for our ship and our crew. So I've just had a ton of fun, and I know you're going to have a ton of fun. Enjoy every minute of it. It goes by fast, but it's going to be great.
Yeah. So I want to thank John, because it's been a great turnover process with him and getting to know him through this as well, and taking me under his wing to get me up to speed. So thank you for that. But yeah, it's an amazing chance to be part of American history at its very root. I'm a surface warfare officer in the Navy. I've spent my entire career on ships. And to be able to come here where it all started with one of the original 6 frigates of our Navy is just an opportunity that's almost unimaginable, that's actually an opportunity that someone gets. And so it's just, I'm in awe of the position.
It is an exciting position with so many naval heroes who have served before you. As you look to the past and look for inspiration, who are the leaders who inspire you as you think about Constitution's career?
So, over 224 years, every commanding officer you look at has a story to tell, and they've all done something amazing in that time. The big ones, Isaac Hull, Bainbridge, those are just the names that people recognize. But when you go through the list and, the board over here in the museum and flip through those stories, there's so many stories to be told and lessons to take away and leadership and perseverance and just so many great things to learn from.
Do you have a favorite, John? A favorite moment or a favorite lesson?
I have, many lessons I've learned from the stories of our former COs, the 75 that have come before us, and the stories of Constitution. But besides telling their story, we have a command to run, and we have 80 sailors. So a lot of the leadership challenge that we faced, I've referred back to my commanding officers I've had in my own career that I've learned to. At my change of command, when I took over, my very first commanding officer on USS Ashland, Commander Howard, was here to congratulate me, which was great. His impression on me right at the beginning of my career was very important. I worked for then Captain Michelle Howard, now Admiral Howard, retired. It was a great inspiration to me. My former commanding officer, Captain Jason Burns, is now a part of the Constitution family at Director Navy staff that are still influencing us. Being in command of anything in the United States military is a great responsibility that we've been giving, and no greater responsibility than America's ship of state here.
So when you look forward to taking on that responsibility, what do you think are some of the key leadership characteristics that you'll be bringing to this command?
So part of it is the balance here. Like John said, we have an active duty crew of 80 sailors. So we have both modern day challenges and the historic challenges that go with that. And so the leadership challenge for me is finding the balance of those two. Our sailors are here, a lot of them for their first tour in the Navy. and then they're going to have to go out into the fleet and serve, potentially at the tip of the spear at some point in the next several years. So making sure that they tell the story here of the ship, but also set them up for success for going on past here and what the nation and the Navy are going to ask of them.
It is an exciting command in terms of you are the Navy. We here at the museum help to tell stories of the past, but we also tell the stories of your crew here today. So you are the living history who we get to represent, and you have the opportunity to shape the future for so many sailors. John, as you think about working in a unique environment like this, you are a Navy vessel housed within a national park, a nonprofit museum across the pier, visitors every day. It's a little different than your average naval command. What words of advice do you have to offer BJ?
I had the advantage over you because I had 2 years here as XO to learn who's who and who does what and things that we have no experience in. Yeah. Installation command is new to us as surface warfare officers. We know how to run ships, but not little bases. So that's a challenge. Learning who to go to for help is an important part of it, and what makes a community run. Really, this is our command has so many external influences and shareholders into what makes us successful, all that want to make us successful, but there is just a lot of just new questions that are going to be asked and new challenges that you've never been faced before, and this is where your instincts as just a good leader and a good officer will kick in.
And you've just arrived in Boston, so you're bringing the fresh perspective of someone, your family has moved here, you've toured aboard ship. When you think about the impression that the ship and your crew make on people, what is the impression that you want a visitor to Old Ironsides to leave with?
I want a visitor to walk away and just, again, kind of have that historical perspective of wow, this isn't a replica, this isn't anything, this was something here at the founding of our country and our Navy. And our sailors do a great job of telling that story. And you alluded to it as well, the not everybody in the public gets a chance to interact with somebody in the Navy on a regular basis. So, use that as an opportunity to talk to our sailors about their experiences as well. We do have, as much as we have first tour sailors, we have lots of fleet returnees who have been doing amazing things out in the Navy. And so our job is to connect that heritage of kind of where we started to where we are and where we're going. And visitors should leave with that perspective of the Navy as a whole.
You represent the Navy as the whole, and you are also representing a very select group who have commanded this ship. So I'm not sure, John, have you given BJ the secret handshake of a Constitution commander?
I saw that question before, and I go, oh man, if there was a secret handshake, I missed it. I better learn it real quick to tell you. But the former CO group, what we call the FOCOs, is a very small group, 75 of them, and she's already met a bunch. And they are so helpful, have been so helpful to me in our success. And because nobody knows what the command of Constitution is like except those 75 individuals. Talking to Commander Ty Martin about his experiences and so many, and about how the Navy has changed as well. It's invaluable, and it's a lot of fun to have this kind of what was a fraternity, but now is a fraternity sorority. We're changing, and I've already told BJ we are going to be lifelong friends because I know that 2 years from now, when she's doing this interview, Constitution will be embedded in her heart and soul for the rest of her life too.
We have a few greetings, so let's take a look at those now.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul George, Chairman of the USS Constitution Museum's Board of Trustees. First of all, I'd like to welcome Commander Farrell as she comes to town to take command of the USS Constitution, number 77 in a long line of storied commanding officers. Welcome to Boston. We very much look forward to working with you, as the museum and the ship have been partners for many years, telling the story of Old Ironsides, naval history, maritime heritage, and indeed, the American experience. And to John Benda, Commander Benda, as you leave town after 2 tours on Constitution, what can we say but thank you, thank you, thank you. You've done a marvelous job, you've been a great partner, and we wish you all the best as you move on to your next duty assignment. Bravo, Zulu.
Hi, Commander Benda. We will miss you at your new at your new job, and we will love you and we miss you, and we're big fans, and if I was commander one day, I would invite you back here, and you've inspiration me to like show me how a good commander is supposed to act like, and we will miss you sincerely. Love the Constitution crew and Colton. Miss you.
Miss you too.
On behalf of a grateful city and our veterans and military community, it is my honor to present you with the first ever Isaac Hall Award. This award is presented to you, Commander John Benda. It is presented to you for your visionary leadership, your exceptional partnership, and unwavering commitment to the veterans and military community here in the city of Boston.
Hi everyone, I'm Boston Mayor Michelle Wu. On behalf of the city of Boston, it's an honor to join the USS Constitution Museum in bidding farewell to Commander John Benda and hail to incoming Commander Billie J. Farrell. Commander Benda, as the 76th commanding officer and as a son of Dedham, Massachusetts, you have represented Boston well during your command and have served as a great friend to one of Boston's treasures, the USS Constitution Museum. Let me thank you especially for your steadfast command during the challenges of the ongoing pandemic. You have set a great example of demonstrating leadership in the face of unprecedented adversity. Commander Farrell, welcome to Boston. We are a city of history and a city of firsts. While you are the 77th commanding officer since this ship launched in 1797, I am honored to welcome you as the first woman to serve in this role. And I offer you my sincerest and humblest greetings as the first woman to be elected mayor of Boston. We are ready to meet this moment, a distinctive one in the history of the ship and the city of Boston. I look forward to your command for even more great things to come. I pledge our city's continued support for you and the brave crew of active duty U.S. Navy sailors who serve on our nation's ship of state. So farewell, Commander Benda. Boston bids you fair winds and following seas. And hail, Commander Farrell. Boston welcomes you with open arms. Thank you.
Hey everybody, Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker here. I just want to take a brief minute to congratulate John Benda, a Massachusetts native, Dedham, right next door to Needham, played you guys a lot when I was a kid, on your successful 4-year run as commander of the USS Constitution. And of course, I want to welcome Billie June Farrell as the new commander, first woman to ever command this historic vessel. Congratulations to you both, and I certainly hope, Commander Farrell, that I have an opportunity to say hello to you and to benefit from the wisdom and the guidance that your predecessor provided so many of us here in Massachusetts. Congratulations.
Well, that's great to hear from our elected leaders. I really appreciate the kind words, and it's nice to know that the leaders of our city and our state are paying attention to what the United States Navy here in Boston is doing and the impacts that we're trying to have and hopefully are having to our community.
Well, having you here at the museum is an exciting opportunity for us because at the museum we have a philosophy, sort of a hands-on, minds-on philosophy where we try and make education both fun and fulfilling. So we find sometimes when people are having fun, that may be when they learn the most. And since a part of what we want to do today is learn more about both of you, we have a little game wheel. So we are going to ask a few questions and get to know you a little better.
Okay.
So, John, you have the honor of spinning the wheel. So we're going to start with a question from the people on the street. Let's hear.
Hey everyone, it's a beautiful day in Boston. It's about 10 degrees. Have you heard the news? There's a new commander for the USS Constitution. Of course you've heard the news. You've been watching this program for like 20 minutes now. Let's go see what the people of Boston have to say. Come on.
I guess like a film student question, what's just a movie that really resonates with you or I guess appeals to, your belief system?
What movie?
A movie that resonates with you or your belief system.
That's the easiest question there is. The movie Master and Commander, starring Russell Crowe, is the greatest film ever made. It's required watching for us at least once every couple months to get fired up about our job, our ship, and what it was really like to live on board a ship during that time period. Master and Commander, there you go.
Awesome. It is a great film to try to bring this time period to life.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to ask you to spin again,
All right,
but this
spin.
time on behalf of BJ.
All right, BJ. People on the street.
on the
Oh,
street
good
again.
interaction.
All right.
So, what's your favorite food in Kentucky, and what's your favorite Boston food?
Ooh, okay. So favorite Kentucky food. So lots of Southern food. I mean, fried chicken is just kind of a good one. Hot browns are the thing most people don't know about, but very centric to Kentucky Derby. Basically an open-faced turkey sandwich with tomato and bechamel and bacon and Parmesan. It goes under a broiler, fairly delicious, served around that time. For Boston, I don't know. It's probably a toss-up between clam chowder and lobster rolls. It's kind of feel like the traditional thing that when I come up, that's what I always want whenever we come visit my husband's family. So I'll go with that for now.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah,
Can't go
I'm going to
wrong
keep exploring the culinary scene though around the area.
There you go. Well, if you start by comparing, right, the chowders or the lobster rolls, that's a good charge to take on. Okay, John,
All right, well,
what's next?
All right. This or that?
This or that. Do you prefer Kentucky bourbon or Sam Adams beer?
I will say that I prefer Sam Adams beer, but not even just Sam Adams Boston Lager anymore. I drink strictly Sam Adams 76 beer because when you become CEO, you become obsessed with your number. So you're going to start seeing 77 and everything, but actually any Sam Adams product will do for me.
I think we have to ask this one of BJ as well.
Yeah, so the Kentucky bourbon definitely is my favorite.
There you go. Right.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
People on the street, this is...
It's popular.
First, how she's doing and what her favorite animal is.
So I guess I'm going to answer this
That's
one.
it, yeah.
I'm doing wonderful. I'm learning everything there is to know, hopefully, and getting up to speed. And my favorite animal. I've got 2 dogs, so I guess we'll go with that. So the dogs, Fenway and Bourbon, represent Boston and Kentucky. And so, yeah, so we'll just go with that.
What kind of dogs?
Havanese.
Havanese, that's right.
Yeah, small fluff balls.
That's great. And named Fenway before you knew you were getting this command?
Fenway's 14 years old, so he has been around the block for a little bit. So we were definitely named before we knew we were moving here. I think we have a couple pictures with him outside of Fenway Park whenever we came up for other family trips in years past. So
that's terrific.
We'll have a ship's honorary dog competition every year. My dog, a little husky, didn't win. We have some beautiful pugs that win every year. Thank you, Chief Fabrizio. But all in the spirit of Guerriere the Terrier, who served on board Constitution itself. And we have a lot of fun with that dog connection, too, here at the museum and the ship. All right.
That is terrific.
Is this me?
I think so.
This or that? All right.
This or that. Do you prefer the 1812 Navy uniform or modern Navy uniform?
This is the easiest question I've ever been asked. I prefer the 1812 uniform for everything. It is the most comfortable uniform I've ever had. Even on the 4th of July, it's super heavy and I'm sweating really badly. It's still better than that ugly green camouflage uniform that the Navy is wearing right now. And you can quote me on that. This is the best uniform there is. Huzzah.
Yeah, so I haven't had the pleasure yet of putting this one on as much, so I'm a little one-sided here. I did put it on once so far, just to make sure everything kind of fit, and it definitely, I think, again, it's like the ship. Who gets to wear this uniform, right? You're the only person in the U.S. Navy authorized to wear it, and so who doesn't want to put it on and just enjoy it while you can?
Yep.
That's very exciting. Okay, John.
All right. People on the street.
What is something that's on your bucket list?
That one's you.
Was it me?
Is that
No,
me?
it's you. Yeah.
Oh, it's me? Oh, boy. I really don't have anything at the moment. I will say that I got a big check in my bucket list during this tour. A couple big ones. The biggest of my life was throwing out the first pitch for the Red Sox game before the Yankees series, which was just as a lifelong Red Sox fan, maybe one of the highlights of my life. It was super fun. It met all, promoting the Navy, promoting the ship, my love of baseball. I got it over the plate. It was just a great night for me. So I've already been checking off stuff, and just that's one of them. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right. See what else we learned,
All right.
John.
Top three. Here we go.
Top three. What are your top three favorite things about being in the Navy?
Working with the sailors, number one. They are an impressive group of young Americans, and I enjoyed the opportunity to lead. I've enjoyed, the second thing is the great leaders that I've worked for and that have inspired me. And I think you might have said it yesterday about being on a ship at sunrise and just realizing it's been a little while since I've deployed, but 5 years ago I was on USS Essex underway as the sun's coming up, and you realize that you're one of the few people in the world that gets to do this for a living. I loved that part of being a surface warfare officer, and miss it still. But yeah, that would be the three things.
That's awesome. EJ, what would you say?
Yeah, so I definitely mimic
Stole your thunder.
the sailors you get to work with. I mean, again, every day we're all volunteer force, and so the people that raise their right hand to the Constitution of the United States, the actual document, and say they will support and defend it with their life is just amazing that you get to work with people that do that on a daily basis, and they go above and beyond a lot of times to accomplish the mission. And so it's been awe-inspiring both up and down the chain of command to see the stuff that people can do, especially when pushed a little bit and they didn't know they had strength to do things. They really are phenomenal. And I think for me, it's the tradition. I love the tradition that the Navy brings. There's a lot of organizations that have been around a long time, but somehow lose that, and we manage to maintain it. And I think this job is the perfect example of that we can maintain the connection to our heritage. And we evolve and become more modern, but we still have those ties and appreciate kind of where we started. And again, I kind of alluded to it earlier, but the places I've gotten to go and see across the world are places I probably wouldn't have traveled to by myself. I've been to Morocco and Jordan and Dubai and Bahrain and Italy and Croatia. I think, at least 12 or 14 countries when I count, which are just, and I've always had nothing but great experiences. And the benefit when you go into the Navy too is you get to, I think, act a little bit more with the local culture than you would if you had gone, on a vacation otherwise. Because usually you have tie-ins to other navies that are there and doing things, and so you get to experience some true local culture, and that's just been a phenomenal experience.
That is terrific. You want to try again?
All right.
This or that. We're going to start with BJ on this one. Do you prefer the Kentucky Derby or the Boston Marathon?
Ooh, so I'm a swimmer, so I defer to anything running anyway, but definitely the Kentucky Derby. It's one of my favorite events every year. No matter where I've lived since I left Kentucky, I always have a Derby party. It's one of the things that helps me tie in the Kentucky heritage that I love so much. And I make my hot browns, and we drink mint juleps, and I have lots of big hats. So,
well, John, you have a big hat.
I know.
I have the big.
I get to add another one to the collection. Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
People on the street.
What question do you have for the current commander of the Constitution?
So, for the current commander, I want to know, have you ever slept aboard the Constitution?
Good question.
The answer is no. I have not slept aboard the ship yet. I plan to do it on my very last night in command. Another thing that I've never done actually is pull the trigger of our 24-pound saluting battery. Never done that. So there's still some first for me that I've been saving right up to the very end, which I'm very excited for. Yeah.
That is great. You'll go out with a bang.
That's right. Hey, yep. Yep. All right.
Top three. What are your top three desserts?
I love cheesecake. I love ice cream. I love cookies too, but in a new Navy tradition, after every underway that we've had in the past 4 years, we have an ice cream truck that comes, takes care of the crew. Unlimited ice cream from an ice cream truck. It is like a kid's dream, and my childhood dream, to do that. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess, let's see, bread pudding. I like bread pudding.
Is mint julep a dessert?
Well, depends who you ask. It has sugar in it, so, but there is derby pie, which is also, and that has bourbon in it, so you kind of hit both in that sense. And then probably ice cream, but I'm a baker and cook a lot at home, so yeah, so I make a pretty mean bacon bourbon chocolate chip cookie.
Ooh, sounds good.
Sounds good. Sounds real good.
All right, go ahead, John.
Anyway. Top 3.
Top 3. What are your top 3 favorite things about USS Constitution?
Some I've said, but just working with the museum, the Greater Boston community, all the National Park Service, our partners at Naval History and Heritage Command, it's really just the people, and it's so expansive of all people that love the ship and want to be connected to the ship. I will miss standing on the ship for hours of people just trying to shake my hand and take pictures with me. And and I know that it's the uniform, it's the idea of the commanding officer of the ship, not necessarily John Benda, but it's really fun to play that role for the people and for the Navy on the Navy's behalf. So I'll miss that. Is that 2? Oh, that's my favorite things. Taking the ship out through Boston Harbor is fun. I'll be back to ride as a rider, but I will. That was my favorite thing, and again, never taking it for granted, because I think maybe I set a record. I don't know. I've done 22 underways, and when people get to do it for the first time and get that experience of being on American ship to state going through the war, when you have a Vietnam veteran come to you with a tear in their eye saying that it was one of the greatest days of their life, it's hard not to get emotional yourself or just pinch yourself that you're lucky to have this job on behalf of our country. It's my favorite thing, taking the ship out. You're gonna love it.
I have certainly seen you on board Constitution with that grin that extends from ear to ear as you are in your moment in a glorious, glorious way. So it is magical.
Yep. All right.
What did you learn in your training that helps you now and that you keep with you now?
Is that me, you? I'll say that there is no Navy school for sailing a square rig ship. So you come into that knowing really nothing, and you learn on the job. We have great support from, again, our partners in the community, but really the training that we've received as surface warfare officers in leadership and making tough decisions and doing risk analysis, that kind of stuff that we've been taught definitely applies to this job. And just referring back to that kind of training, the most difficult decisions will not be that hard.
All right. Thank you. One spin. Two truths and a lie.
All right. That's you.
That's me. Okay. All right. So I had 11 horses growing up.
Okay.
My event in swimming was the 500-yard free. Or I did ballet and tap for 15 years.
I know you've swum, but I don't remember what event. You never mentioned horses, although you love the Kentucky Derby, so it's likely that you have horses. So I'm going to say you did not do ballet and tap.
I actually did. Yeah, I was a 100 fly for swimming. 100 fly, so minor detail.
You know, I was going to say that. I was like, I think it wasn't the freestyle. But.
No, yeah, but I went with the 500 because that's our annual physical test. The swim test we do is 500 yards. So.
I'm always jealous of the swimmers when it comes to PRT time, because you're a natural. You could do that freaking 10 times longer and still get a better time than me running. Yeah.
There we go. So there were 11 horses in your childhood?
There were.
Wow.
Yes, yeah.
My daughter will be very jealous. She loves horses. All right. Do you know all 11 names?
No.
Top 3.
Top 3. This is for both of you. What are your top 3 favorite things about your home state?
I love the Red Sox.
Okay, Red Sox for Massachusetts.
I love the great town of Dedham, Massachusetts, and my family and friends, my large family that still lives there. I love my beautiful wife from Westwood, Massachusetts, and her family as well. It's a great state to be from, Massachusetts.
That's true. Okay, BJ, how about you?
So I think we've established the Derby as like one of my favorite things. Corvettes, though. Corvettes are made in Western Kentucky, so something a lot of people don't know. They have a museum there that is fun to go to. I had a Corvette for several years as a proud Kentuckian. And then, my hometown of Paducah, which is fairly small and not a lot of people know. But they recently did an article and kind of quoted me there, but it was a great place to grow up. I love going back to visit. And Kentucky Lake, not too far away from there. I had spent lots of time in the summer boating and out on the water. And so that definitely is something that, I always enjoy doing when I go back.
Thanks.
That's great. You both represent your states very well.
Thank you. All right.
This or that. So, John, do you prefer swimming or skiing?
I definitely don't prefer swimming. I actually failed my swimming test as a ROTC midshipman at College of the Holy Cross. I had to get a waiver. That's the truth. And I've skied a few times. And since I enjoy skiing, definitely. Much better than swimming.
So this is a point where my husband, who's local from Massachusetts, and I always get in a debate because when you say skiing, I go to water skiing. And when he says skiing, he means snow skiing. Yeah. So we've learned we have to be very specific. So I love water skiing. And it's been a while since I went snow skiing, but I'm sure we'll branch out into that. He's very excited to get some of that in while we're up
in the
here.
right place.
So,
You're in the right place.
Very good.
All right.
John,
Two truths and a lie. All right. Give me a second. I knew this one was going to come up, and I was going to be. John Benda played football in high school. John Benda was not afraid to get into the back of a Blue Angels jet. John Benda finished 2 Boston marathons during his time here in command.
Go with football.
I played football. It was a trick question. When I said I was not scared about the Blue Angel, I did get in the back of that Blue Angel, but I was pretty terrified before I got in that. And another one of those bucket list things that, I hope you get the chance to do. You should do it.
Me too.
Blue Angel's great. Another one of the CNO's premier promotion units of our Navy came to Boston. They were on board the ship. The pilots were given tours for us. It was a great collaboration. And then I get to go up north to get in the back seat of the number 7 jet. It was a lot of fun and a lot of great publicity for the Navy. Yeah.
I want to thank both of you for being such good sports and playing some games with your friends at the museum and giving us a chance to get to know you a little bit better. As part of our hail and farewell, there are also a few gifts that I would like to share with you. And I think in this case, I should probably start with BJ because we are welcoming you to the command at USS Constitution. And a part of the command is, as you have both said, one of the most wonderful things about the command is the crew. And here at the museum in our exhibits, we highlight those who've served aboard, which includes the present day. And we have created cards for each of the crew members on board. They are baseball cards because you are our contemporary heroes. And this is a deck. I'm going to ask John to pass this to you. Wow. A deck of cards with every crew member, including you, as the commanding officer there as part of Constitution's crew. So that is a welcome aboard from the USS Constitution Museum.
Oh, thank you so much. It's wonderful.
And we recognize that the command is not just you, it is actually a family affair. So we have gifts that we want to share with your family. And since we know that you have 2 little ones, I think John alluded to Guerriere the Terrier, who served aboard in 1812.
Perfect.
And Commodore Scrappy the Bear, who served aboard when Constitution was towed around the country when they were up in Washington State, and a tiny little bear cub joined the crew. And then it continued to grow until they reached San Diego, and he lived out the rest of his life at the San Diego Zoo. So we want your kids to learn all about Constitution. We have an activity book that the museum created called A Sailor's Life for Me, so you'll have lots of fun on rainy or snowy days. And we know your husband is also a naval officer, so he gets to learn the history of Old Ironsides as well. So those are our welcome to the family gifts.
Thank you so much again. I'm just beyond excited to be here, and it's been nothing but a warm welcome from the Constitution family and the local community and actually across the country. So thank you so much for the support, and I'm looking forward to working with everyone.
Well, we look forward to working with you. And John, we never thought we would have to say farewell after 4 magical years, but we have for you too, your own crew, the crew that you served with aboard Constitution, your own deck of the Constitution crew.
AO2 Harris, right on top, very good.
And as number 76, we have also, the museum, as you know, has a habit of recycling the copper that comes off of Old Ironsides. So once it's served its duty in the Navy and it's retired, then we can recycle it into a medallion. And these are numbered medallions, so number 76 for you, our 76th captain,
nice.
The Constitution Medallion. And perhaps one of the most unique things about this command, as we've said, it is a very public command. So every day you're visible on the ship, and here at the museum, we also help to promote the ship and the museum throughout the Navy Yard. So you see colorful graphics in our windows, on our walls, and in light poles in the Navy Yard. So many of us have enjoyed walking to work and seeing the face of Commander John Benda on the light pole outside in the Navy Yard. So we thought you might want to take home with you your light pole banner, and BJ, you can look forward to being featured soon on a light pole near you.
Thank you. I'm going to see if my wife will let me hang that in the bedroom. Maybe so, no, that's awesome picture. Thank you.
Well, it has been an awesome command, so thank you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah. I love it. My kids will love that.
There you go. Well, our thanks to both of you for the work that you do each day, for the leadership of Constitution and her crew, for your willingness to have fun with us today. And I thought that we might want to end with a reflection from Captain Bainbridge, who you will discover, BJ, that the museum is very fond of the toast by Captain William Bainbridge when he was reflecting on the ship. And it's a long toast, so I'm going to cut to the end of the toast because the last paragraph he speaks to, I always feel he speaks to the museum and all of our friends from coast to coast who have joined us today. He says, "May the citizens of this country, may all of us, in gratitude, see that the ship, like her namesake and prototype, the document will never be forgotten." And he offers specific instructions to both of you. Her commanders in the future, as in the past, will see to it that her flag shall never be lowered. She was conceived in patriotism. Gloriously has she shown her valor. Let her depart in glory if the fates so decree, but let her not sink into decay and oblivion. That is the toast to the ship, and I thought those would be nice words, nice reflections for us as we wrap up our hail and farewell ceremony today. We're going to close with a few words of welcome and advice from the former commanding officers of Constitution, who, like both of you, have seen to it that her flag has never been lowered. So thank you for your service, and a few words from our former commanding officers.
John and Captain Farrell, Commander Farrell. I'm Commander Nate Chick. I was the 75th in command of USS Constitution. I had her from November of 2017 until February of 2020. Commander Benda was able to serve absolutely exceptionally and faithfully as my executive officer. I was so privileged to have him, and he did an absolute outstanding job carrying the torch forward through some incredible circumstances, and really put Constitution still on the map and was able to bring her to the best of the public. For Commander Farrell, hey, welcome to the team. This will be hopefully a wonderful opportunity for you to dig deep into U.S. Navy heritage and to really get to know your teammates there at Charleston Navy Yard and have an absolutely tremendous tour. So welcome aboard.
Good afternoon. I'm Commander Bob Gerosa, 74th in command of USS Constitution. I had the ship from August 2015 to November 2017. I'd like to wish Commander John Benda, 76, a hearty huzzah for a job well done during this interesting time in U.S. history. I'd like to welcome aboard Commander Billie Farrell, 77th in command, and wish her the very best as she takes the reins of Old Ironsides, and wish her a very hearty huzzah.
Good evening. I'm Captain Sean Kearns, 73rd in command of USS Constitution. And hey, John, I just want to say, awesome job, buddy. You really set the standard for inspired leadership in what has been unprecedented period of time in our history. And you led the crew and the ship to some big wins and against all those challenges, and really set the tone. And so couldn't be more proud of you and the crew, and super job, buddy. Commander Billie Farrell, hey BJ, really excited for you. Congratulations on getting to take command of our nation's flagship. I know you'll go on to great things, and you know that you have all of us waiting in the wings to help you, and you just need only ask. All the best, and look forward to seeing what you accomplish. Bye.
Hi, I'm Captain Matt Bonner, United States Navy retired. I commanded the ship from July 2011 to July 2013 as a 72nd commanding officer. To John, congratulations on a fantastic tour, first as XO, then as the 76th CO. You magnificently led the ship as your crew adapted to a global pandemic. I'm especially grateful for you and your team making my retirement ceremony possible. Thank you, and best of luck in your next assignment. To BJ, congratulations on becoming the 77th CO. As you enter the best job in the Navy, I know you will do great things for Constitution and our crew, just as you have done throughout your career. I hope you enjoy the job as much as all the former commanders have. I wish you the best of luck. Huzzah.
Hi, I'm Captain Tim Cooper in U.S. Navy, and I commanded the ship from July 2009 to July 2011. Like my predecessors, I'd also like to wish Commander John Benda the very best of success as he wraps up what has been an exceptional couple of tours up in Boston. He has certainly given us all a lot to admire about the way he's handled various challenges and unforeseen circumstances over the last year or so. And to Commander Billie Farrell, we'd like to welcome you aboard as well. And welcome to the newest member of our little band. We're looking forward to watching you lead this wonderful ship and this awesome crew through the next series of challenges that you'll face. And we'd all like to wish you the very best of luck in those endeavors.
Hello, I'm Captain William Bullard, U.S. Navy retired. I commanded the ship from May 2007 to July 2009 as the 70th commanding officer. I'd like to pass a hearty congratulations to John Benda for a job exceptionally well done as an executive officer and then commanding officer of Old Ironsides, continually raising the bar and showing just what an outstanding commanding officer he is, and what an outstanding ship our nation's ship of state is. And issue a hearty welcome to Commander B.J. Farrell. Welcome to the fold. I know Old Ironsides will do extremely well under your leadership, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Hi, I'm Captain Chris Malhewish, U.S. Navy retired. I commanded the ship from July 1997 to July 1999 as the 65th commanding officer. Congratulations to Commander John Benda, who spent 2 remarkable tours in Boston. First as the ship's executive officer under Commander Nate Schick, then later as the 76th commanding officer. After taking command, John, you had the reasonable expectation of conducting business as usual, but as we know, COVID threw you a curveball. And as I think is a testament to your vision and leadership, you came up with workaround solutions in collaboration with the Constitution Museum. And all this was noted in the CNO's Chief Naval Operations Meritorious Unit Citation, which was awarded to the ship just last year. My very best wishes to Commander Billy Farrell. We had lunch together a few months ago, and the ship is most fortunate to have you as the next skipper. I have no doubt you're going to knock the ball right out of Fenway Park. Enjoy every minute of your tour, BJ. And if you need help in any way, just ask. Congratulations to both of you.
Hello, my name's Mike Beck. I'm the 64th Commanding Officer of the USS Constitution. And my tour of command was from July 1995 to July 1997. John, I wish you, to the current commanding officer, I wish you fair winds. And I do want to say well done, job well done. To BJ, the new commanding officer, the first female commanding officer of the USS Constitution, welcome to Old Ironsides. I pray God's blessings upon you, your family, and the USS Constitution. Well, good luck, my friend, and call on us if you need us. Thank you.